Hello and welcome to another Mental Health Mondays with me, Muzz, where I talk about my own mental health in order to hopefully make others feel comfortable to open up about their own mental health and just talk more openly about difficult things. So, March has been, if you haven't watched any of these videos before, basically what I do is I just kind of go through how I've been feeling, what I'm thinking about since the last kind of Mental Health Mondays video that I did. So we're covering March, where it has been a good month. I think all in all, professionally in my life, socially, it has been very, very good. There has been some decisions that I made relating to kind of what I alluded to in the last Mental Health Mondays, which I'll get into, and also I've starting to have to think long term in terms of what I want to do, which we will get into towards the end of the video. So, with March, it has been, as I said, a really good month. I think the job has been very, very good. I know I talked about it being maybe feeling some anxiety to going into work, just dealing with the issues that we had to deal with, but I feel that is kind of past now. I am in a much better place with going into work. I think it was just I don't know what had happened, to be honest, because it didn't happen. Usually you get that going in your first couple of days, but it was more February, and I think it maybe just was that we were dealing with a lot of more serious issues on a day-to-day basis, which hasn't honestly changed, but it's just I think I'm a lot more comfortable with them. I know how to deal them, and the team that I've got around me are a great support. They are very, very good at what they do, and they have looked out for me a lot. And we've just got a good team in work in our class. It is going very, very well, I think. Just our dynamics, and as I say, the pros still heavily outweigh the cons in that job. It is. We're now on holiday, which I am thankful for, because I was getting really tired towards the end, especially since I was doing kind of an extra hour in the morning helping out with the bus runs and that, which I really noticed a difference from when I came home. Whereas my motivation has always been linked to, I think, my sleep, and to do anything really, to come in and play video games or do stuff with YouTube. And while I have managed to do some stuff with the YouTube, I've certainly felt like taking the easy road rather than really trying to do some videos that I would like to get out but would take more effort. But it was weird, even coming home, I would turn on the PlayStation 5 and be like, right, go to play a video game. I'd boot it up and I'd be like, you know what, I can't be bothered. So I just sit back and watch something, and it's probably just related to how tired I was. So not going to read too much into that, because I still do love video games, and the holiday has shown me that, because I'm back playing them after having recharging the batteries as such. Yeah, so as I say, my mental health has been very good this month, in terms of I've not really had to worry about any big issues. I know certainly I have been a lot more aware of the cost of living this month, as for everyone it is going up, and being on my own now, not on my own, but being independent from my mum and dad, it is starting to become much more aware. It's starting to seep into my kind of subconscious that when I'm out shopping or when I'm browsing eBay or what that I'll see something, I'll look at the price and I'll go, oh, probably a bit too expensive, when in the past I probably wouldn't have done. Or maybe I'd think, oh, I'll save up for that rather than just buying it there and there, which is a good habit to get into, but it's just I'm just starting to become much more aware of how much things cost and how much the prices are going up, which, I mean, is giving me some anxiety, but I feel like between me and Rebecca, we've got two very stable jobs and well-paid job. Not well-paid. We make enough to pay the bills, because I think teachers and what I do should get paid a lot more than what they do. Teachers especially. Like if they paid all the teachers overtime in the country, then the country would go bankrupt just because of how much they do. But anyway, that's the only big main concern in terms of March. As I say, we've had a lot of fun events to go to. We went to a wedding, which was nice. I usually hate those kind of environments, like big social events, especially being someone that you doesn't really know anyone there. But it was actually a really good night. That's like my worst nightmare, really, is an event like that. But it went very well. It was with a good group of people. Moving on to kind of the big decision that I made was I finally stopped professional wrestling. I kind of stopped it in January. In February, I've been kind of thinking about it, but I sent them a message just to say I wouldn't be coming back. And it's nothing to do with anything that they've done. It's more just me. I think it's not for me. Well, I do like the theatrical aspect of it. I think it's a tough thing to do. Like your body is beaten up every single week, especially if you're doing it on a weekly basis. Like, you need a high pain threshold, you need to grit your teeth, and you need to go in there sometimes and work pretty sore and make it look very good. And I think it's just not competitive enough for me. I think I need something that is a bit more, that I can be competitive against someone else. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah. So that is kind of the main decision, and it's not something that I'm glad I'd done it. It's one of those things that I'm really glad I'd done, and I got to experience, and I did enjoy it, I think, for a while, but it was just when I realised maybe how much effort I would have to put in to get to where I would be performing in front of people. I don't think I was prepared to make that commitment to it. So yeah, that is. I loved. I had a great character as well, which I'm not gonna go into, but it was. I really wanted to play a heel, and I was going to play this kind of over cocky, kind of athletic character who had come into professional wrestling, just turned his nose up at everything, because he's been there, he's done it. You know, he's been an international athlete, which technically I have, but. Yeah, I was going to kind of turn up the arrogant style on it and just really be an asshole, which I think would have been pretty cool. But anyway, that is all in the past now. We're looking to the future now. What a segue that was. And I'm having to start to think about what I want to do long term in terms of where I want to be in my life, where I want to live, career-wise. There's a lot to unpack there. I'm very much someone who likes to live in the moment. I know obviously you need future planning when it comes to like holidays or like moving up here. That was always a plan, but it kind of get done in a short space of time. It was never a long term plan. It just sort of happened in a short period of time. But certainly thinking about where I want to go career-wise is a big one that I still, to this day, I'm struggling with. Like, ever since high school, when you get asked the question, what do you want to do? I have never been able to give a direct answer. So much so that I went and done computing in my first year, didn't like that, went to sport when I probably should have done sport. I was maybe trying to be different back then, not be the stereotypical sporty guy who does sport at uni. But ever since then, yeah, I've kind of bounced around from jobs. You know, definitely working with young people. Sport and fitness are my two wheelhouses. I've obviously done work in like hospitality, which was fun, but I wouldn't like to go back there. So I guess it's just kind of finding something, and while I'm kind of warming up to the idea of like teaching or even being a personal trainer, I would love to do those jobs. I think I would be good at them. But if you gave me the chance to go and be one tomorrow, I wouldn't be overly excited about it, which is strange. I don't... I mean, I know people since high school who have been really passionate about their job or what they wanted to do and went on and done it, which is great. But I just never really had that fixation on a career or a role that I actually want to do in life. I've never really given it. I've kind of just gravitated towards sport and fitness because I was sporty, and that kind of brought me towards young people, working with youth, which I believe I'm very good at. I believe I'm quite a good role model for them. But yeah, it's just something that I really need to sit down and think, right, what I want to do, what I want to do, what I want to make a career of. And it doesn't necessarily need to make a career, but what I just want to, I know, obviously, working with young people, sport and fitness, health and well-being, all that, they're my two wheelhouses, so I just need to combine them or figure out which one I really want to focus on, and yeah, just find a career that allows me to pursue those passions. So that is something that I will need to really think about over the coming months, and just see how it goes. It's going to be a process, an ongoing process. So let's see what happens, and let's yeah. I'm not very good at thinking long term, I think, so it'll be interesting to see how I actually do. But anyway, so that is my Mental Health Mondays. If you have any questions or like to discuss some things with myself, drop me a message on, I guess, my Instagram or anything like that. Or if you'd like to be open enough to talk about it in the comments, then that would be much appreciated. But yeah, so that my March has been good. Made the pro wrestling decision and going to start having to think long term. So that is the episode. I don't really want to call it an episode. That is the end of this Mental Health Monday for March 2020. If you have any questions or you want more information about mental health, there's links down below in the description. And I hope you all have a good day. Bye bye.